Alright, we're on the road. So I'm probably going to stay on, I'm probably going to just go to gear 2 if I really want to get more speed. Because I did mess around some settings, and speaking of this bike, I don't know how to properly tune this controller to a certain extent. Everything else is right there in your face, obviously. It is very obvious, like what I want my current, you know, 200, 180, 150. Which, talking about tuning this thing, I might lower the current to either 100 or 150 amps. Because like doing some reading, some people's like, yeah, these companies will advertise these batteries being able to do a certain amount of current. But in all reality, they can do that current, but it ain't safe to do it. At least it won't, your battery won't last long doing it. While throttling, we're down 78 volts. This thing seems like it has a bit of a voltage sag too, but because of that, I'm like, you know what, then maybe I should lower my regular current a little more. Doing 33. This is gear 1 still. It's full throttle it, fuck it. I'm hoping I won't have no problems at gear 1, but gear 1 got me going a little faster than I expected. 42. I'm also glad I did this today because the weather has been like 30-40 degrees, cold as hell. It's only 60-61 today, so it's a lot warmer. Like right now, I'm not freezing as I'm riding. I need to reposition these mirrors. I can't see with my arms blocking. But yeah, so I'm gonna probably lower the current even more, just in case I am possibly doing too much for this battery that I might have gotten scammed for slightly. This battery probably doesn't even have the power that they try to tell me it has. It might not even be able to do 200 properly. I mean, once again, at first I did 6 miles, 50 amps on the second testing of this bike. Then I did another like 7 miles after bumping it up to 200 amps. And I think bumping the phase amps up to like 470. But talking about that again, tuning this bike to a certain extent I know how to do. Current is easy. Do I want to take it up here? I might not be able to get up there. This bike sits too low. Let's just keep it going. Let's keep going. I mean, yeah, it's the phase amps. I don't understand the phase amps. So it's already bad enough I can't find anybody doing like talking about on forums on how to program the Votol EM260, because that's the controller I have. I always see the EM100 or the EM150, mainly the EM150. And I mean, it's all the same thing, but like phase amp wise, I know the 260 can do more. So is the max setting overall for all these controllers 9960? Or is that only with the EM150? And I'm also wondering, is everything 9000, 9960, 8000, 7000, whatever you put the number to, is all that like 21.2 times what the controller can actually do? Oh man, I don't think I've been down here in a while. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to tune this controller properly. I'm still messing around with settings. I might lower things, I might lift things, I might lower the current, lift the phase amps, I might lower the phase amps and the current. There's a lot of testing I'm still doing here. I didn't see that guy at first. But I think he liked the bike. But yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out how to tune this controller. But the battery, man, the battery's a little weird. I don't know what's going on with it. I cannot see behind me in this damn mirror. And this mirror, I see my front wheel. Still loving how stable this bike is. But yeah, man, besides the weird battery problems, everything else is fucking lovely. I love this damn bike. It's so comfortable to ride. Thanks to my older brother and his beach cruiser. If it wasn't for him making that, putting together that electric beach cruiser, I probably would have thought of it, but it would have probably took me longer to think of it to build an electric bobber, because I'm like, he let me ride it twice. Y'all saw the 2 videos. Well, you probably know why I'm saying that. If you're not a returning subscriber and you didn't see the 2 videos I did on this beach cruiser, maybe I'll throw them up top, maybe I'll throw them in the description, or probably the description. His beach cruiser, him letting me ride that was the most comfortable e-bike I've ever ridden. And I haven't ridden too much e-bikes. I'm new to this stuff, honestly. The only reason I'm already building shit is because I've been wanting to build shit since I was a kid. I'm driving real slow, so I'm trying to make sure nobody's behind me. Oh, sheesh. That's another thing I love about this bike. I'm gonna talk about it once we get up to this field over here. It's been such a long time since I've been in these areas. It feels really nice to be out here again. It really does. But the suspension on this thing is extra soft, so let's convert it to my Project Flash, my first project. That little moped, which I need to give that a new battery as well. That Project Flash is stiff as shit. The front suspension's alright. It's the rear suspension. The suspension we're rocking here, and I don't know if it's a good thing, but once again, I was on a budget. Alright, I don't have the most money in the world, but those are actually moped shocks. I got these off of a website that I kind of like to use by the name of Treatland. I'm not sure which shocks what moped these shocks belong to or are for, but they're moped shocks, so they're built for a slightly lighter bike. Now this bike is heavy as hell. I'm pretty sure it's heavier than my Project Flash, but I don't think it's that heavy. My Project Flash is like 175 pounds. I honestly think this is in the 200s. Medium to low 200s. And then these are actually for both Project Flash and this bike have pit bike front forks. Just they're both use different pit bike forks, but because of that, and this bike having a tad bit of weight on it, look at that. Even when I sit down, it has nice. See my shadow? It has nice bounce, really nice bounce. So the Project Flash, on the other hand, is kind of the opposite when it comes to its rear suspension. This has moped shocks, you know, shocks for a slightly lighter bike, or probably a bike the same weight as this. Where the Project Flash has shocks that are for probably a 400, 600 pound motorcycle, when the moped's only 175 pounds. So that thing is stiff as hell. Now after a year, almost, not a year, because the bike was fully built and finished May 2021. After a year, well actually no, almost 2 years, the Project Flash's shocks are kinda softening up a little bit since it's been so long, but they're still so stiff. So I purposely got some soft shocks for this bike to make sure. I know I'm trying to make sure my turn signals aren't on, but I purposely got soft shocks to make sure that this has a nice smooth ride. Because once again, thanks to my brother and his beach cruiser, I wanted a bike. I always forget there's no stop signs here. I wanted a bike where I can just cruise like he'd be cruising on his beach cruiser, but more speed. And once again, I didn't want to build another, like, you know, bicycle, like an e-bike. I wanted something more heavy duty, because sometimes I'd be scared to even do 30 miles per hour on my beach cruiser with those tiny ass spokes and barely. Is there a car behind me? Because I'd be surprised if that minivan is making that noise. Maybe that minivan is making that noise. What the fuck? Is that a sleeper? I might kick the speed up a notch. Let's go a little faster. But yeah, so this thing is so fucking comfortable to ride. I love these big ass handlebars. I wish I could use its power, but a little scared too. Hey, don't you do it. Sometimes these people like to peek out. He didn't peek out that far. It looked like he was going to. But yeah, man, this thing is so fucking comfortable. So yeah, once again, besides the battery, the controller really isn't a problem. I thought the controller was having a heat problem. It only got up to like I think like 130 Fahrenheit. I forgot how much that is Celsius, but this controller can get up to a 212 Celsius, which 212 Fahrenheit, which I think is 100 Celsius. So I don't think I'm heating this controller up like I first thought I was. What is all this noise I'm hearing behind me? Somebody's definitely behind me. Woo! This thing got some pickup, some go-go juice. See, I need to readjust these mirrors. I can see my front wheel with that mirror, and this other mirror I see my armpits, my elbow, and the under of my arm. That's it. I saw the shadow of something behind me, but I think they were turning. I want to speed up still just in case, but I think they were turning. But I'm gonna say for the umpteenth time, I'm fucking loving this bike right now. I really am. Just really wish this battery wasn't giving me issues. But once again, I don't know if it's something I'm doing or if the battery's actually dog shit. Because like right now, no problems. I'm not going super fast. I did gun it a little bit. We still only hit up to 42 miles per hour. I've done 56 on gear 1, but that was with the flux field weakening on. Only at 100 amps. Well, that's with the flux field weakening on. You know what? There's a car, indeed a car behind me. Changing lanes. There's somewhere I haven't been in a long ass time. And I want to go down there. Get a nice view. Look how bumpy this road gets. I think a rock just hit something on my damn frame. Oh my god. I really need to adjust these mirrors because I can't see shit behind me, and I want to change one more lane so I can turn left. I don't think there's shit behind me. Yes sir. Because there's somewhere I haven't been in such a long time, since I haven't been out here in such a long time. It's crazy though, because once again in the settings, I messing around with all the settings. I actually lowered the power of gear 1, so the fact that I can still do like 40, maybe even faster, because I haven't gunned it. I haven't really gunned it. I feel like I'm saying that weird. Gun it. I haven't slammed on the throttle. Let's just say that I haven't slammed on the throttle, and it's still doing like 42. So as much as I would love to play around gear 3, I'm really scared of it cutting off. It probably won't. I don't fucking know. We're still at 80, flat 80 volts right now. It's probably a little higher. Who's going? Who's doing what? Ah, fucking take it then. Shit. Don't you do it, you motherfucker. See that? It get real close. That shit scares me every time. They probably see me. they probably easily see me, but I just get scared every time, especially on this damn bike. It's electric too. Crash, battery get punctured. I'm a flying fireball down the street and shit, rolling, tumbling. Anyways, it's been a while, man. It's been a while since I've did any driven on any of my bikes, so any returning viewer might not know where I'm going, but they might know where I'm going. I gotta see the view, man. It's been a minute, and that's one thing. Another reason why I want to get back out here, not only because it's just fucking fun, and I haven't been out here in a minute. But the views down here be crazy. Like, we already got these nice ass mountain views that they're trying to block off with these new houses, but the clouds that be out here, the view is great, and it's amazing for riding. And I really wish I could figure out what's going on with either the battery or maybe the controller. Maybe the controller is taking part in this shit, because this is a new controller that I've never used a Votol controller ever. I mean, the first controller I've ever used was a Sabaton. My Beach Cruiser's controller was already set. That was a kit, so there's no programming on that thing. I can't touch that controller at all. I can't change anything in it. So with that controller, I pretty much never tuned it, but it's also never given me a problem. Sabaton was the first. Holy fuck, that was a quick lump. Once again, glad I got this softer suspension, because I think the Project Flash would have been a lot more painful. But yeah, so I've never used a Votol controller before. Wait for this white car. We should be good. Make sure my camera's not going up. And yeah, so it could be the controller. I don't know. And it's hard to see, like, because I don't have anything to display like errors anymore. I'm a Sabaton would display a quick error. I try to hurry up and read it, remember it, try to search it up, see what the problem is. I don't have a display on this since I want to keep it, you know, bobber like, so I can't see that. Yeah, this road, we should be able to get across this road easier since we have some nice acceleration here. I could probably go right now. Actually, hell yeah, I can. Yes, sir. So it could be the controller, but whatever the issue is, if I can figure it out. Or you know what? Maybe I'm not having issues. Maybe this battery doesn't have the amp hours that they said it would have. Maybe this isn't 50 amp hours. What if it's only like fucking 14? That would actually be very disappointing. But because right now with it not cutting off, at least since the last time I tested it, once again, I did all those miles, no problems, didn't cut off, constantly accelerating. I was accelerating hard, gear 3 and everything, Just letting that controller heat up, letting that motor heat up, letting that shit do work. And it never cut off. It cut off at a low voltage, standing still. That's the only time it actually cut off. Some motherfucking dog. Oh, my dog doesn't bite. Oh, what the fuck? Did they gate this area up? Or was that always here? It's been a long time since I've been back here. That could have always been here. Okay, no, that gate was probably always here. Yeah, this view right here. It's been a longest time going slow. These are very thick tires, but last time I was down here with some broken glass. Yes, sir. Damn, this helmet. I really think I got a helmet too small, because this shit is starting to hurt my head already. But look at the view. Let's take a good look at the bike again. There we go. So, bam. Yeah, everything about this bike. Oh shit, I'm still slightly getting over my sickness. I feel normal, but the damn mucus and the runny nose will not end, and my nose is starting to run a bit, so that's gonna be a problem. But yeah, we just gotta get another good look at it, man. Look at the lights. I didn't show y'all the turn signals. As I can see, I never have extra side turn signals. This is why I get headlights to have them built in, so I don't have to do all the extra stuff, since my wiring harness is also janky. I fucking love these rear lights. They're so sick. Yeah. Once again, man, I'm loving this bike. I just don't know what's going on. I don't feel like I'm getting it. You know what it could be? PO4 cells. Does PO4 cells not handle... How do I say this properly? Does PO4 cells lose its capacity faster than the other typical cell? Like, do they not handle high power and constant acceleration as decent as other cells would? What I'm trying to say here is, if you're not understanding what I'm saying, is usually people, when they want some serious power in their e-bikes, they get those lipo cells. They use lipo batteries. Those are dangerous as hell, because if they get punctured, they fucking blow up. But like the pouch cells, they can give you a lot of current. Comparing those lipo cells to these PO4 cells, if these are even actually PO4 cells, I don't know at this point. Oh man, my nose is dripping a little bit. Does the lipo cells handle the power better than, like, you know, the PO4 cells? Or the PO4 cells, do the PO4 cells get drained faster when you put all that power into them? Is that why I'm possibly not seeing what could be 50 amp hours? Or not seeing what's supposed to be 50 amp hours? Because like my Project Flash, once again, I'm using 40 more amps continuously than what it's supposed to handle, yet I was still able to get up to like 20 miles max, constantly going max speed. And when I did lower it to 60 amp hours doing that night ride, going from the old house to my new house we live in now, well, we've been here for a year, that was able to do 23 miles, and it still had like 67 volts in it. It probably would have cut off at around 62, so it still probably had like 5 miles in it, which was going to allow me to almost do 30 miles going like 50 miles per hour consistently. This is not giving me, it doesn't seem like this is going to give me that type of mileage when I'm, you know, doing at least like 50. But that also could be because at those times when I was doing all that, once again, I'm accelerating real hard. Mind you too, this thing is quick. Yet this is I think this is a 13 or 14 tooth front sprocket and a 38 tooth rear sprocket, and I geared it like that for top speed. This being a bobber, I didn't care for like super acceleration. It's not a dirt bike, or I wasn't building a dirt bike, so I'm like, I'm not trying to get like extreme torque. It's going to be torquey because how much torque these electric motors have, so I'm not worried about torque. What I want is a decent top speed for passing power on the roads, since I'm in the city of Las Vegas. And in the city of Las Vegas, I know other cities like New York, you're really not doing 50 on a regular road. You might be doing 50 on the highway. In the city of Las Vegas, you're doing 50 on these roads. Some people might be doing 55, 60, speeding and shit. So I wanted some good passing power I wanted to be able to speed, or not speed, but speed past people if somebody's driving dumb, driving slow. Project Flash didn't have too much of that because its max speed was like 51, 52. So the only time I'd be able to use decent passing power, somebody was only doing like 45. And it still wasn't that strong because I wasn't going that much faster than them. We're still at about 80.1 volts. And that's the thing, it seems like it'll hold voltage very well between 79 to 80 volts. Once it goes lower than 78, it seems like its voltage just starts to drop really fast. And that's when the first time it cut off on me with the flex fuel weakening at like 75 or 73 volts. And the second time it cut itself off at like 71, 72 volts. Which seemed like it was acting like it had a dead battery. Make sure I ain't got no turn signals on. For some reason the last time I was riding in my neighborhood, luckily it was just in my neighborhood, I kept leaving my turn signals on. I'm gonna need to get closer, bro, because I can't see shit back here. That's empty. Wait for that black truck and we should be good. Or crossover. That's not even that, what the fuck. I might have to go back to the house real quick so I can blow my nose. Cause this is building up and it's acting like it want to run out of my nose. I don't want no snot on my damn lip. That's nasty. Should have brought some damn tissue with me or something. I don't fucking know. Still messing around in gear 1. Alright, I'm literally gonna have to go back to the house to blow my nose. I wish this goddamn mucus would go away. This is getting annoying. Like I said, I don't even feel sick no more. I feel normal, but my nose won't stop running. I don't even think I got mucus in my chest like that no more. My nose just won't stop running. It's weird, these brakes don't feel like they're like super strong, but they seem like they're decently strong. There's only one brake. I try to do electronic braking, but I don't know how to set the shit up. So there's only one brake in the front. It's a, once again, or no, I'm looking on the wrong side. It's a pit bike brake. It might be a little stronger than the pit bike brakes on my Project Flash because this one has 2 pistons, or I think that's what they call them, pistons. And the Project Flash only has 1. So it probably is stronger, and then I'm using an actual motorcycle rotor on this bike, where the Project Flash is using a pit bike rotor since it has pit bike wheels, or pit bike front wheel. So that's probably why it works. It just doesn't feel as strong. But they definitely work. They work good. They're just not the strongest in the world, that's all. Alright y'all, so that's going to be the ending right here of this video. Not only did I realize this video is going to be that long, I ended up having to split it 2 because like I said, I had to go back home and blow my nose with all the mucus building up. And then I realized my GoPro was very low on battery, so I ended up recharging it. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this as much as I did. And make sure you go ahead and stay tuned for more, because even though this bike has a bad battery, I plan on trying to do as much video on it as possible, even if I have to throw a smaller battery in it. And I got some other plans coming up real soon for 2023, alright? I'm trying to stay as consistent as possible in 2023. So, I'm going to say it again, if y'all enjoyed this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out the rest of my videos. Stay tuned for more, and I am out. Peace.